Good morning, Sandra Embleton, February 7th, 2021. Great day for me today. Celebrating something. An anniversary. A 7-year anniversary of a miracle that happened to me. And I'm just very aware of it today that it was 7 years ago. And just to celebrate and to think good things. And to be grateful from my heart for all the great things that do happen for us, right? Yeah, it's moving into that gratitude of all the miracles that we have had in our life, of all the good things that have happened to us. Yes, it's a challenge right now. It's a challenge. So I'm gonna start moving because it's yoga. So we'll talk and do yoga, okay? So I'm leaning over and right away my back's going, don't do that. So I have to sit up. I have to sit up and roll my shoulders back. And that felt good. All right, let's work on our low back right away. I'm a little too hot right here with that right now. If we're going to start doing yoga, better just start doing yoga. Okay, just wear something comfortable. Just have something, and most people could be in their pajamas right now. Who knows? All right, so we're going to sit, and I've got my table. I'm sitting right on my table. Hopefully I've got my camera positioned today so you can see my my leg work. Oh, I was thinking we should do some leg work. Okay, so let's just talk about 5D living, and this is where we are. This is what we are here to do. It's like we're here to welcome you to 5D living. So if you're trying to figure out, oh, well, what's it mean to move into 5D? What's it mean to live in a higher frequency or higher vibration? Well, you act different. You act different because your vibration is high, so you're closer to God. You're closer to the love of God, so you're in heaven. 5D is in heaven. So if that's the case, and if that's the truth, well, how do we know that's the truth? How do we know 5D's heaven? Well, I guess some of you don't know that. You don't know what that's like. You don't know what it's like being in 5D, do you? Okay, so the stretch is quickly. I've got my left arm behind me. I'm pushing it. I'm taking it around my back like this, going back and rolling the shoulders. So now I'm pushing my chest forward. So I'm getting a nice opening and stretching across the shoulders. So the hand is back. It's like a claw. It's behind you. It's pushing you forward. And my right hand automatically comes back to the back. And again, it is pointing down, and I'm just massaging my low back. So I just naturally want to massage it because it's stiff. Low back is stiff. Usually when you get up in the morning, it can be stiff, right? So we want to loosen up our low back. Once we loosen up our low back, we can go anywhere. Okay, rolling the shoulders side to side, right? And now sitting up nice and straight. And the shoulders are rolling very rapidly, moving, opening. But as I'm doing this, okay, because I'm not sitting like this, all right, that's a different stretch. But yeah, so you breathe in and lift up your shoulders, roll them back. And so it's like the chest is forward. The chest is nice and forward, and I'm pushing forward. But the push is with the low back, so the low back's going like pushing. It's pushing like that, tightening and pulling and pushing it forward. So it's nice and straight at the back. The shoulders are right back there, see? So now that nice straight line on the back. Isn't that lovely? Breathing in and breathing out. And now I've got my slippers on today, so we can do yoga with slippers on, okay? You can do this yoga any way you show up, all right? That's the whole point of this whole thing, is we want to be authentic. We want to really be who we are without having to put on a show to everybody, which a mask, good clothing, everything. You want to drop that energy that's taken you to maintain that hype, that appearance of I'm okay, And the truth of the matter is, we haven't been okay. How do you know? I'm saying that what is inside reflects outside. So if we have had, if we are coming into a time, we are in a time where God is saying, I'm gonna heal you. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you heal. Okay, because you're not getting it on your own. I don't even think He really expected us to. That's why He sent so much help for us. So many options we have to awaken. All right, so many options we have to wake up. Now, not everyone's going to hear the wake up like, oh, now I'm pushing back deeper. Okay, this is what I love about this push-pull yoga, right? So I'm leaning back, I'm holding on to the table, and my front hand is pulling me forward. So again, there, I'm pulling forward with my right hand on the corner of the table, and now I'm reaching back with my left hand holding onto the back of the table, and I'm going to push up. All right, now my legs will go underneath the table. I'm like almost trying to cross them underneath the table. Okay, now what does that do? Okay, if I just let my legs hang like that, right? That's fine. You can let the legs be heavy, but if I want to intensify it, I'm going to tighten those legs. I'm going to try and push against something, so the leg of the table, or pull with the leg of the table. So it's that I'm relaxed, but if I pull forward, I get a great stretch. Now I want to deepen it. I reach behind me and I pull backwards at the same time. I'm bringing my right hand into the stretch, so I'm pulling myself forward as hard as I can. At the same time, I'm reaching behind me and I'm lifting up with that bottom of the spine. Now, simply just uncross your legs and see how the stretch shifts. All right? When you cross the legs under the table, or find something to push the legs back. So I'm pushing back and then pulling forward. That just deepens the stretch in the low back. It's really nice. Almost when I get a little twist over, dropping my chin to my right shoulder, bringing my chin to chest, coming around to see you, and twist over to the other side. So just sitting, I'm going to grab my thigh with my right hand. I'm going to lift up with my shoulders and turn and look over the back. Nice stretch. All right, so coming back to I think the hardest thing, not the hardest, but it's like when you're moving to 3D, it's like you go back to school, because you have to learn the ABCs of living in heaven. You have to learn, oh, these are the spiritual laws. Now that you're here, now that you're in heaven, here's some of the rules we have for heaven. All right? Love God with all your heart, with all your might. Put God above all things. God is everything. God is above us all. And God is our love. It's by His grace we're here. It's by God's grace you're able to be awakened. It's by God's grace that everything in your life happens. Everything. Everything is God. What a concept, eh? In 3D, that's not the case. You try and rule everything. In 5D, you get to 5D by going, oh, you mean I can't rule everything? No. You mean I have no control in 5D? No. So the shift for you, moving into a higher frequency, is you got to let a lot of stuff go. And you let go of old ideas that no longer serve you. And what they mean by this is that, okay, what helped me figure this out here? What used to be okay for you to do and how to treat people here to get ahead, to make money, you disregarded if you hurt anybody. You just went ahead and were motivated by the ego, the I want, gimme, 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 right? When you move up to 5D, that stops. You don't have to deal with that anymore. Everything you need is given to you. That's why you're in heaven. Everything you need is given to you. And you don't even have to ask, it's just there. And when you're in 3D, you worry, oh no, what if it's not there? In 5D, you go, oh, it'll be here. If I need it, God will send it. Wow, what a great concept, right? If I need it, God will send it. That's what it's like to be in heaven. That's how great it is. That's how great it is. So I'm getting, okay, great stretch. It's so great to live in heaven. I'll come back to it. This is a great stretch. It's just coming through me now. All right, so I've got my legs hanging off the end of the table. They're dangling at the end of the table, okay? Now I'm going to move to the edge of the table, and I'm going to cross my right leg over my left and pull back, okay? So I'm going to stretch that low back as I'm sitting here talking. I'm here, my purpose is to help you move from 4D to 5D, all right? And actually, it's like I'm also hearing, imagine if you were blind and you couldn't see. Imagine if you had to be told things, sense things, feel things. You didn't have any ability to see. Well, isn't that kind of what has happened here? So many people are blind. People have been blinded. People have been blinded by lower vibrations, where fear, doubt, lies, untruth, greed, ego exist. So when we move into heaven and that stops happening, you all of a sudden, well, of course I'd love my neighbor. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? They're great. Because God sent them to me. God sent you the neighbors that you have for your time and your purpose here. And it's hard sometimes you don't get along with your neighbors, or they're isolating, or it's like there's a wall. It's like there's an unapproachable wall. I wonder if it has to do with everyone not feeling safe anymore. I think everyone is trying to be safe. So if they isolate, oh, I'm going to be safe. No one can hurt me. That's a fear you live with when you're in 3D. When you're in 5D, you lose that fear. Everything that comes to you is for your highest and best good. Every person you meet, every phone call you get, every text, every instance that comes to you, everything that happens the moment you leave your house is all there for your highest and best good, your highest and best learning. Isn't that amazing to think like that? No one's out to get me. I don't have to be careful. I just have to relax and watch what's going on. Just have to go where I'm guided to go. And I can trust that in heaven, I'm guided to go there. So I'm going to listen to my guidance in heaven. Whoa, there's another one popped right up. Get a pad and pencil, write down all these laws that are coming through. The laws of the kingdom, rules of the kingdom. Getting a drink of water, I'm told. That thought came, I won't argue. Sooner I have a drink. Very aware how loud swallowing sounds now that I'm doing these. Okay, so 3D living, moving to 5D living, what to expect, what's it like being here in heaven? We're talking about neighbors. So maybe right now I don't have to like my neighbors. I can feel There's nothing there. There's indifference. And if that's what's been set up, it's our beliefs that have set it up. Nobody cares anymore. Oh, they hate me. Oh, we come up with all these excuses to have those barriers around us. In 5D in heaven, you go, hey, wait, if everyone's in my neighborhood is meant to be here, what is it they're meant to be here for? I better go meet them. I better go talk to them and find out, why is it that God's put you beside me, across from me, down the street? Why is that? Who are you? Who are you that you are so close to me? Who are you that you needed to live in the vicinity of my vibration? Well, these are all good questions. I haven't asked these of myself. I'm hearing them now. Okay, so yeah, that's right. So if I start thinking bigger, oh, wait a minute. So the people that are around me, that live around me, once in a while they say hi. We're always sitting on a front porch saying hi to people. So it's like people all move around the neighborhood, right? So what if God placed me exactly where I needed to be, and my vibration is here to help lift those people in this area? Because many of them are in ego. Many of them are affluent in that there's so much that they have. So in a sense, it can shut you down. It can shut you down. So I must be here because, well, I'm here because God put me here. And so when I stop arguing about that, when I stop saying I should be living somewhere else, I don't like the street or this, in 3D you complain, you find fault. Oh, that's it. 3D, you find fault. Plain and simple. I'm hearing, oh, these videos are too long. These videos are too short. Oh, now you're reading this and I don't like it. And that's 3D living. And 5D living is, oh, there's a reason. Now I'm doing a little swaying now. My low spine, my back wants to move a little bit more because I'm sitting down. And I'm going to bring my shoulders up to my ears. And well, that was it. And push out with my heels. So I'm straightening my legs and I'm pushing out with my heels. Now I'm going to pull my toes back. Here we go. Can you see it? There we go. Okay, so bottom of my slippers, pulling towards me. Even sitting on the table, it feels wonderful. Okay, because I set my camera up today. Oh, I wanted to do leg work. Just a little stiff. When you go on a walk and you haven't been on one for a while, your legs get stiff. And then takes a while. Okay, low back sore, a little sore. All right. So I'm going to hold on to the front of the thighs. I'm going to sit up, roll the shoulders back, nice with a straight spine, like lifting up, tuck your chin in, come forward. But it's like you're taking your chin and you're pulling it towards your toes. Pulling it towards your toes. Now, at the same time, nice big breath in, and then reach down, and you want to place your hands on your toes, holding on to the bottom of your slippers, wiggle back and forth, and keep drawing the chin to the chest. Now, as you breathe in and breathe out, my stretch is going to come from the low back. So to access the low back, I've got to go to the back of the spine to get the muscles from the top of the neck to the bottom of the neck and move with the forward motion. I want to pull those muscles forward, so I'm going to use my chin. Oh, and then it's coming across the shoulders, and then nice shoulder stretch. I'm lifting up the shoulders to my ears, but I'm dropping the head, chin to chest. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that just released all the top, at the base of the spine and the thighs, and slowly come up. Thanks for being patient with me. Okay, yes, we're talking about 5D living. Yes, I know, I'm very aware that this is what my purpose here is to help you through. Now I'm going to do some feet rolls, just so you know. I'm going to go like that. I'm going to go back as I'm talking. This is what I'm doing. So the body wants to keep moving as I'm sharing. Okay, so working on our ankles, go both feet over to the right. So I'm doing clockwise. What am I doing? No, I'm doing, yeah, counterclockwise circles with my feet. Now go the other way. Go clockwise circles with both ankles, both feet, both pointing, pointing in this direction, and stop and go that direction. Over to the right, and then you go over to the left. Okay. Okay, now I'm hearing. Okay, so this time, now I'm going to do this. I'm bringing up my left. It's like I'm sitting on my mat, really, on this table, and you're right down here on my mat with me. Okay, so I'm bringing this leg, the left leg, I'm going to bend it, and I'm going to pull that foot towards my groin. Now, in yoga, what's really great is yoga is about relaxing in a posture. If you're hurting, if I'm moving my body and at any time you're going, oh, that hurts me, you're going to need a prop or something to help you with it, because yoga works when you're relaxed, okay? Yoga works when you're relaxed. So the body must be in a state of relaxation, okay? So a little stiff, maybe, on the left knee when you open up and bring that leg around, okay? So the idea being is you can take a pillow, now place that underneath, all right? You see that? So I've got that pillow, I've got this left leg. I'm going to lift up, roll my shoulders back. Oh, and this is such a great stretch when you want to come forward. Oh, see? And straighten out your left leg. And holding on with the right hand and stretching across those shoulder blades. Stretching across the shoulder blades. Okay. Well, hopefully all levels will get something from this class. So here we go. We've got our pillow. We're putting it over. And now I want to rest my left bent leg and holding onto the left foot with both hands, or resting them. Okay, so we're working on stretching on the inner thigh here. And you're also going to feel the stretch at the top of the thigh as well, okay? Breathe in. Oh, drop your chin. Oh, such a great low stretch for my back. Okay, so whenever I'm lifting up my spine, I want to pull that low back up. I'm constantly wanting to lift up that low back. And now I'm just stretching it by pushing forward. Breathe in. So we're going to, when I move into any posture, when you're in this, watching this with me and you're doing your postures, breathe in, breathe out, and I'm relaxing, like there's no stress on this left leg, okay? It's relaxed. So if I want to deepen my stretch, I can remove the pillow, and then this knee has a chance to open up and drop. Well, my knee's not on the table, right? So it can drop, it can stretch and touch that table. But it's tight right now. So I'm gonna rub my leg, right? You're loving your body. And you're just saying, okay, I know you're a little tight. Where are you tight? It's okay, be tight. If it's still a little tight, you can move that left foot forward for your stretch. But if you need to bring that pillow around and put it underneath, see, that feels good for me today. Because my left knee wasn't hitting the table. It's not being supported. It's in the air. So bringing that pillow around, oh, I can rest it now. Oh, see, and all of a sudden I can stretch farther. Because if I have my leg down, my body's too much focused on, ow, that hurts. This is too, I can't get my knee down. This is hurting me today. I'm even tight down my thigh. So that's what I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking about my stretch. I'm not in the moment. I'm going, ow, I'm limited. I can't go over there and do this stretch over here because it's hurting me here. So this is the wisdom behind resting your leg. And breathing in drops the shoulders. And the breath is so important. Deep breathe in, exhale out. It centers you. It stops the mind from racing, right? It stops the mind from racing. So because it stops the mind from racing, look what that'll do. Because it stops the mind from racing, you can listen for instructions. You can listen for instructions. 5D living. When you sit and you're still and you listen, you get instructions. You don't have to guess anymore. 3D, you're going, oh, I don't know. Can you talk to God? I don't think I can talk to God. Me neither. It doesn't work. I've tried everything. I don't know how to talk to God. Like, that's 3D. 5D is, oh yeah, I can talk to God. You can? Oh yeah, it's easy in 5D. Sit down, calm down, but you're calm in heaven. You don't have any worries. God handles them. Your money, your food, where you're going to live, what you're going to do, you're good. She looks after you. You're good. It's okay. So 3D, it's like you're worrying about how I'm going to survive the whole time. Why do people not want to move to 5D? I think it's because they don't know how great it is. I don't think people understand what it's like to live in heaven. I think we're so used to living here in a very dark place. So perhaps this is what it's like to be in hell on earth. And so we are going, our job is to go, hey, this isn't okay. Not when there's better stuff out there. Well, who's flying the flag of, hey, wait a minute, there's better stuff out there. What's my alternative? What's my alternative from being in all this fear and anger and doubt and uncomfortableness? Okay, I'm taking my thumb and I'm really massaging the inside of my left calf. It's sore, so I'm going to massage as we're talking. I can use both thumbs at the same time. Yeah, so when people start hearing and understanding how great it is to live in heaven, they're going to want to wake up and go, like I've been using this whole thing for how many years? I've been using these horses and hitching my stuff to this plow for how many years? And now there's a truck, a truck this thing has wheels and it do the work, and I can put everything I need in here, go better and faster. Heck with these horses and that plow, man. I'm moving forward. Now they've got machinery that'll help you with your plowing. So it's how resistant are you inside to hanging on so much to what you know? How much resistance do we all have? Oh, I want to keep living here, and I don't know. I like my friends, and I like this life, and I know it's a struggle here, and I know we got issues here, but I really want to hang on to this. You really do. You want to turn on the TV and see killing, killing, killing. You want to turn on the radio and hear, negative, negative, dark energy, low frequency. It's like, turn on the TV, negative, 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 death, 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 low frequency. You turn that off. Where do you turn? Now what are you going to do? You're cutting off your other sources. What you're really doing is choosing to cut off the sources that make you feel bad. It makes me feel bad to listen to this, but boy, it really makes me feel good to listen to this. I haven't really sat down for a while to discuss with anybody what it would be like to live in heaven. I've just been accustomed to living in hell so long, I didn't know I had a way out. Well, yeah, you do. Hold on, I'm getting water. Man, I'm trying to swallow softly. It ain't happening. Okay, so if we can spend some time together. Oh, I'm going to switch legs now. It's funny, my left leg came right up on top of the pillow, but my right leg wants to go right down. So I'm sitting up tall with my shoulders back. Oh, dropping my chin to chest. Just getting a nice stretch. I'm pulling with my right hand, pulling back, and then I'm pushing forward, stretching the... When I bring my chin to chest, I'm stretching the upper neck. Yeah, so I think when we have these times together, it will be a time that we have together of talking about what it's like living in heaven. And the thing is, if you don't know what it's like living in heaven, you can only surmise. But if you've had the experience of living in heaven, it becomes, this is what it's like to live in heaven. I'm going to tell you how I got there, how I reached the consciousness level. It wasn't me, it was God bringing me to that. Because God has a purpose for me. God has a use for me. So my whole life has been a building up, and this is going to happen, and this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. And we're going to give you everything you need to be where we need you to be when it's your turn to go to work. When it's your turn to do your service for God. I guess that's it, eh? If we can think about that, it's like God's going to call me into service. God in heaven has a purpose for you. For every purpose there is under heaven. Wow, right? So when you're living in 5D, you do have a purpose and you know it. And now you get to be it. Or 3D, it's the same thing. Oh, do I have a purpose? What am I doing here? I don't know what I'm doing here. What's going on? I don't even know why I'm here. Like, there's no answers here. I'm down here. I don't know why I'm here. There's no answers here, right? No, there's no answers in low frequency. You can't find an answer to anything. Stop looking there. Stop looking. And the whole point is, are you looking? And isn't it frustrating when you're with people that aren't even looking to awaken? They're not even looking to know more. They don't even want to know what it's like living in heaven. They've never maybe had the thought come to them, hey, I wonder if that would be better. If I was living in heaven instead of hell, would it be better? Would it be better to live in heaven? Well, it is. I'm here to say, yeah, it's a lot better because there's a lot less worries. There's a lot... It's like when you fall to the lower vibrations, you can see yourself doing it and you go, don't hang out here too long. I know, but I'm just going on here to look about this and this and this just to see what's happening in the world. And then it's like Spirit's like, well, don't stand there too long because I've noticed your frequency can drop. So that could be, could be a reason for that. So our frequencies remain stable. Now I go in and out of stability with my frequencies. In other words, sometimes something can really drop it. Sometimes a thought or a program or what somebody says can really, drop my frequency. Somebody posted something the other day that was the energy attached to it, it was like someone took a knife to my heart. Oh, do they know that energy they put behind that message? And it was like, whoa, it hurt me. So I didn't react. I just noticed how it affected me, prayed for that person that she'll awaken, and then have faith that she will. It's so hard to lay down the fear of if I don't control what's going on here, I'm going to die. because perhaps people have been in a situation where they've almost died, and they've been taken to such a point where their experience is, I got so close to dying there, I better take control. I'm going to act this way, do this, have this thoughts, and that should keep me safe down here. So you're preoccupied with keeping yourself safe from everything, right? You're being the one that's trying to keep yourself safe. 5D living, that fear's gone because there's a knowing that replaces it. So it's like, okay, when you're going through the gates of heaven, it's like, okay, hand in your fearful thought. Okay, here it is. Okay, here's your good thought. Next, hand me your fearful thought, right? It's trading in your fearful thought for a happy thought, for understanding you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about that. But how could God be so great that God can anticipate every need I would have before I asked for it? How could God be that powerful and that smart? How could she? Right? Both male, female, one energy source. And so it's like, how could that powerful source possibly figure out, or have time for little old me to figure out what it is I need to get me through today? But when you're in heaven, you're under God's umbrella. It's like you're buying insurance. You're safe. God's going to keep you safe. Yeah, isn't that great? It's hard to imagine, but let's try. Let's try to see how wonderful everybody in heaven looks good because you love them. Oh my God, you have the perfect body in heaven. The perfect body. Because when people see you, they love you. They don't care about your body. They recognize your spirit, your joy, your energy you carry around. And when they meet you, they go, oh, I know that person. There she comes. There he comes. She's got such great energy. Let's go talk to them. I'm like that. When I see someone with good energy, I want to hang. I want to go right in and go, hey, how's it going? What's happening? Like, I want to be part of this. I want to be in this energy. Yeah. Yeah. Being in heaven. Being in heaven. Being in heaven. And I think even though people who are in heaven already, who are around the planet, maybe are perhaps waking up to the idea that, oh, wait, the blast, 21st of December 2020, maybe that was the energetic shift. So it's like we're in hell and here's heaven, and it just went boop. In other words, we're going to shift. The timeline has shifted. We are in 5D. Oh, we've already made it. Yeah. Okay, so our job is just, get rid of all those bad ideas. Woo, shower, shake it off. Well, I got to give up that thought. Anything that's negative, give it up. Anything you hear, oh, that makes me feel bad, give that thought up. Send it away. Get rid of it. Not thinking that anymore. I'm in heaven. Not thinking this anymore. I'm in heaven. What's it like for you to be in heaven? What's your ideal? Well, I can eat all I want and I don't gain any weight. So when you get to heaven, it's like, oh, wait, I only want what's good for me, because so does God. God is in charge of what's good for me. God's in charge of what's good for me. Right? So me being here in 3D and in 5D, 3D thinking says, oh, your body, you should be losing weight. You know, who wants to see her sitting there? You know, tummy. Look at her, whatever you want to look at me, if I fall. That's 3D, because 5D, when you reach to heaven, you're looking at my face and going, wow, there's Sandra, she's in heaven. Oh, Sandra's in heaven. I recognize her. I know her. I've seen her in heaven before. Yes, you have. You have seen me in heaven before. Who am I? Who are you? Right? Who are you? Says the caterpillar in Alice in Wonderland. Who are you? Are you in 3D? Are you in 5D? And when you're in 5D, have you changed from 3D? You get it? When you're in 3D, you act a certain way because of your environment and what's bombarding you. In 5D, you're in love and happiness and good music and laughter and good food and friends. And every problem works out and you're paid what you're worth. Imagine being paid what you're worth. Wow. And they would determine your worth by your heart. They could feel it. They could feel the vibrational frequency, the amount of God love you let come out of you. The more you let the love of God use you, come out of you, you're saying, look, I'm in heaven. I'm here because I couldn't have had this much love before on my own. I couldn't have feelings in me that I want to meet everybody in the world and I want to hug them. I want to hug them because I love them. I love them all. That's how I feel in heaven. And it's real, and I can feel that. I can feel that. How much I would love that. Not a reality in 3D, but a reality in 5D. Maybe I'll just be here in 5D, and everybody who enters into the kingdom of heaven, you'll know who you are. And then you'll know who I am. Isn't it great to finally know who you are in heaven? Who it is you walk around in heaven. Yeah, I'm in heaven. God's looking after me. Everything's perfect. Great. Well, who are you in heaven? What do you mean, who am I in heaven? Well, who is it that maybe you have been before, that God's used you before? Has God had a purpose for you before? Well, yes, I'm Mozart. Of course God had a purpose for me. Oh, yes, I'm Picasso. God had a purpose for me. So in that past times in heaven, God's used you for a great purpose. Yes. Well, I like meeting people like that. Well, I'm glad I ran into you in heaven. In heaven, you're shown who they are. So in 3D, you can't imagine meeting, let's say, Sir Isaac Newton on the street someday, because you don't know that he exists in heaven, and heaven's on earth right now. So everyone in heaven's here with us, helping you understand what heaven's like and to choose heaven, choose to come up, choose heaven. Oh gosh, it's almost like I feel I've got two hands on my shoulders. Okay, I'm going to share something, then I'm going to go. This past week, let's say a whole week ago, I had a feeling there was two beings with me. Maybe it was in the middle of the night, and it was a visitor from another place, alien, foreign visitor, standing in front of me, and behind him there was another figure, and these figures are like, I can't really speak with the first one. It kind of was like a shadow, like an introduction, like, I'm here just to protect this guy, or everywhere this guy goes, I go. I'm kind of want to introduce you to Orion. And this being had like a big collar, but with silver, perhaps for reflecting. I don't know. And then a purple, shiny cape, gown, silver. Silver here, silver there, and then some emblems or stars or stones here, some jewels. And it was like, well, this is Orion. And I go, oh, okay, like that's the being's name. And I went, all right. And I thought it was funny, the last video, all of a sudden the ball of Orion showed up. And I'm going, oh. After I watched the video, I went, whoa, that was a big deal, right? That was huge to see that. That it came through for everyone to see, all right? Validating that I'm the feminine in the Salvador Monday. But yeah, that was the validation that I'm the other half, the holding the ball, okay? I'm just telling you what I'm hearing. Okay, so where are we? Oh yeah, okay. So I kind of knew that person was there, that being, but I went to bed and no message. And then how many nights ago? Oh, 3 nights ago. I get up at like 4 in the morning and I'm hanging out and I'm looking on my phone. I go, I gotta go to bed. I gotta go to bed. I now actually think I woke up at probably a specific time. Maybe it was 3 o'clock or something. And I played on my phone till 4:30. And then I was going, I'm going to bed. And then I stood up and then there's something in the air in my living room. And I went, what's going on? What's happening? And it was I heard, just sit down a little more. And I go, okay, just go relax. You haven't really meditated. Sit down. And I went, okay. So I sit down in my chair and I see Orion out of the corner of my eye, standing right over here. I see him standing there going, I kind of acknowledge. I go, okay, that's Orion. Oh yeah, I know what happened. Wait. I was on my phone and there was a picture of those 2 big statues from Lord of the Rings. You know, those huge, giant monoliths, those soldiers that are pointing like that, or they were like this or whatever, right? From Lord of the Rings, and they had that picture. Well, as I go into meditation for a minute, I've got that picture with me. And the feeling was, I'm so small. And they're so big, and it was like I was down in the water in a boat between the 2 of them, looking up at them, but my sight was looking at the water and looking how small I was in that boat compared to these giant monoliths. So I'm looking at this and I'm aware of it, and I'm aware of the magnitude of these statues, of the power, the guards, the presence. I'm aware of how truly magnificent they are, and I'm in awe. I'm awed to be in the presence of them. And I'm so small in my significance. And then I'm hearing, well, could you go up to the top? Could you go up to the top of the statue? And it was like, I had the feeling if I did, I'd be falling. I'd fall from there. And then I'm hearing later on, as I got the meaning, that I fell from there to here. That's those statues. I fell from that time, that society at one point, and fell here. So then I'm sitting in the room and just in that feeling of awe, of reverence for the magnitude of what was in front of me. Oh, this is me taking on more meaning as I say it. And then this is why I saw those statues. And then all of a sudden I'm sitting here, and then the hand of God put its hand right in the back of my head here. Right in the back of my head here. And I'm sitting here and there's a pressure on my head. It's different than when I meditate. I'm like, whoa. But this was different. God's grace is on me. I go, whoa. But if my hand's at the back of my head, right? And I push, it was like my neck was straight, but it was being pushed down, okay? My neck was straight, but it was being pushed down and held. And I went, what? I know there's a different presence in the back of my neck. What is that? And then I'm hearing, it's the hand of God. It's the hand of God. And I was like that for 5 minutes, maybe more, maybe 10. And I thought, wow. So the next day, of course, I'm searching on Google. What's it mean, hand of God? What's it mean, hand of God? I'm going to just say, you tell me. That's what I'm hearing to say. Well, you tell me. But that was cool. Okay, it was cool when it happened. It was cool when it happened, and cool when I figured out what it was. And more as I am in the kingdom of heaven, I see more and more proof of who it is that I am. And the proof of it is that I'm going to be it. There. Welcoming you to heaven. I will welcome you to heaven. I will welcome you to the 5D experience of being with God and living in heaven and what it's really like. So stay tuned, and we'll do this again. Thank you.